Warhammer the Old World is finally here. Hi everyone, welcome to another video. I hope you're all doing well. So as you can see, I've got my Tomb Kings box. So in this video, I thought we'd do a little bit of an unboxing, have a look at everything that is inside this absolutely massive box, and also talk about the next army that was revealed yesterday, which is Orcs and Goblin tribes. So we'll talk about that at the end of the video, and also the launch party which happened at Warhammer World yesterday, which I went to. That was really good. So we'll talk about that at the end of the video as well. But without further ado, let's have a look at the box itself. Now, I've got to say, I think this box is probably the biggest box that Games Workshop have ever released, as well as the Bretonnian box. It's absolutely massive. In fact, I can't even lift it up to show you the depth of the box really on the video. I mean, I will give it a lift, but if the camera shakes, I do apologise, because the way my filming rig is set up is it's at extreme depth. So this box is probably the deepest box that they've ever done, bigger than the Necromunda one, which had all the terrain, and bigger than Age of Darkness. I can't actually turn the box over to show you the back of it. So what I'll do is I'll put an image on the screen now of the back of the box. So in there we get the rule book, 21 d6 dice, we get our templates and red whippy sticks, reference sheets, and 93 miniatures as well. So we've got the new Necrolith Bone Dragon and the Tomb King, and then a load of other plastic kits that have been redone for this game. So I'm going to try and get the box off without whacking my filming arm, so just bear with me while I do this. I do apologise if the camera shakes. Like I said, this one has been quite difficult to film due to the size of the box. And as you can see, we are greeted by a mountain of plastic. So to start off with, red whippy sticks. We knew those were in there. We've also got our templates, so large, small, and the flamer style template. Now we've got skeleton horses for the skeleton horse archers and the chariots, with the tabs on, which is quite interesting because I believe the bases don't actually have the slots in them. So you'd have to snip those off and then glue them to the base with plastic glue. So you get 2 bags of those. Put those to one side, and then we've got our Bone Dragon sprues. So just bring that in for a closer look. So this is the new Bone Dragon with the priest on the Bone Dragon, which I think can also be built as an alternative build as well as a Tomb King. Loads of nice detail on this one. I'm looking forward to getting this built. I'm not sure if I'm looking forward to painting it, but yeah, really looking forward to getting this one built up. It's going to be a great centerpiece model. I'm going to leave the wings on. I know a lot of people have taken them off and gone for like a undead style crocodile, but I'm going to put the wings on. And I know it's like, how can it fly with no membranes on the skeleton wings and stuff like that, but maybe it's not meant to fly. Well, I think it does actually, but bit of a suspension of disbelief. But yeah, really nice looking kit, and that is your new centerpiece one for the Tomb Kings. So we've got 2023 stamped on the sprue there, which we'll talk about in a moment, because as you'll see with some of these older sprues, there's going to be an old date on these sprues, but that does not mean that that's when these were made. So if you look this one, for example, 2002 on this sprue, that doesn't mean that these miniatures for this box were made in 2002 and found in a cupboard somewhere and then reboxed. Everything for the Tomb Kings and the Bretonnians for the Old World has been moulded recently in plastic. That is the date from when the sprue was established or commissioned, if you like. So it looks like we've got our skeleton warriors. Tons of these sprues. There's no point showing you each individual sprue. So we're going to have plenty of identical sprues with the spears. Any skellies, let's move those to one side. We've got one more horse there as well. Looks like we've got our chariot sprues here. So again, this is one of the older sprues, 2002. The archers, not the archers, sorry, the crew for the chariot, and the actual chariots itself and the wheels. So it's a plastic kit. There's no metal in this box. I think we've got 3 of those sprues. Yes, we do. So they're your chariots. And then moving on, we've got more skeleton sprues here as well for the skeleton warriors. And we've also going to have some skeleton archer. In fact, I'm just going to get all these skeleton ones out because there is a lot of very similar sprues. This is a slightly different one. So as you can see, it is old kits returning. With 2005 on this one. I don't know if you can see that on the camera there at the bottom. It's 2005, but as it is a new press, if you like, a new mold. Because if it was the old plastic, you would be able to tell, because plastic from around that time, Games Workshop plastic, was like a lighter grey and it's slightly different consistency, and they have improved it an awful lot over the years. Skeleton archers and some other bits, shields for your skeleton warriors. We've got the musician's arm there. I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it. So yeah, plenty of different options in the kit. It is an older kit, obviously, but they're still quite nice. They've not aged that badly. I have seen a lot of people complaining about the kits online and saying that there's old things coming back, but I mean, the old world is back, and you want to get it out there and get people playing. You cannot literally produce that amount of new kits all at once to get people playing without bringing some old stuff back. And to be honest, I haven't got a problem with all this stuff. I think it looks great. So let's get these sprues out of the way because we're almost done. And a lot of them are identical, as you can see. So more skellies. There's going to be a lot of building in my future, I think. A lot of Wraithborn spray and probably a lot of contrast paint as well. So let's get those out of the way. I'm running out of space to put all these. Again, all similar sprues. I think I need to count these. It looks like I've got more than I need, but I probably haven't. Another Archer's sprue at the bottom here. And as you can see, we're getting to the bottom of the box now. And we've got that divider. Some more sprues. Again, stuff that we've already seen. But everything, new plastic. It's got that lovely new plastic smell that you would expect from a brand new game. And then got a divider. There's no artwork on the divider. It's just a same print on both sides, but it's quite nice. It's got the logo on there. And then we've got what everybody's been wanting to get, the rule book. Still sealed, so I'm not going to open the rule book and flick through it. There are plenty of videos online of people going through the rule book, and this will be an hour long video if I did that. Reference sheets in there as well, which is really good. So I'm going to get that rule book moved to one side if I can find some space. And then in here we're going to have all our bases. Oh, actually I was wrong, the bases do have slots in them for the skellies, so that's really good. And you don't need to snip those tabs off on the bottom of the horses. However, if you did have some normal bases without these slots, you could then snip it off and glue them on. But it's good that they've got them in there. Got the massive base for the Bone Dragon. I actually thought that was a movement tray when I first glanced at it then. So that's the bases out of that side. This side should be our dice and some more bases. So yeah, tons more bases. We've got our dice. And then we've got our instruction manual. So Warhammer the Old World Tomb Kings of Khemri edition construction booklet. So, and an introductory muster sheet as well. It's got a nice piece of artwork on the back as well. Sorry, I'm just trying to not reflect the light. Let's have a quick flick through this. Everything in colour, which is really good. So it's nice that they've not just put the old construction books from 2002 or 2005 in there. Everything's been done properly. All the parts are labelled up. It's showing the options that you've got for the different banners as well. Sorry if I've just hit the camera there. Like I said, this one has been an absolute nightmare to film. So there are different options for the banner there. Horses are pretty simple, go together fairly easy. But yeah, a nice instruction manual with a colour picture of the assembled miniature for each one. So that's really good. Again, you can see there with the chariots. And it's all sort of old world style, treasure map style paper, if I like to call it. You know, the stained fantasy style paper. And then we've got instructions for our Bone Dragon with loads of options there as well. Sorry, I'm just trying to fit everything in so you can see it. And then we've got the High Priest on the Necrolith Bone Dragon, so you can build it that way. Or you can build the Monarch as well on foot. Or you can build a Tomb King on the Bone Dragon. So depending on how you want to build it, you've got various options there. And then we've got the army of Prince Tolathor, the Radiant. So we've got an example army list here, presumably that's just everything in the box. So yeah, a really nice construction book with an army list at the back that you can use for reference until you get your Ravening Hordes book. So yeah, that is everything in the box for Warhammer the Old World. Now it's a little bit emptier. I can probably lift it up and show you just how deep it is. So it is a massive box. There's some nice colour photos on the edge of the box. As you can see, I'm not going to show you that end because I'll probably whack my lights. I'll try and turn it around without shaking the camera. Again, more colour photos on the edge of the box, and I think I can probably now tip it over while I've got nothing in it. It's a little piece of the whippy stick there. I'll show you the back of the box. So there we have the back of the box as well. So yeah, Tomb Kings of Khemri edition. 1 Leash Priest on Necrolith Bone Dragon, Tomb King, Skeleton Warriors, 32 Skeleton Archers, 16 Skeleton Horsemen, 3 Skeleton Chariots. Nice colour photos of everything on the back with a nice picture of the army. And again, the Bretonnian box, very, very similar. I'm hoping Simon from Pushing Pigment, he picked up his Bretonnian box when I picked up mine yesterday. I'm hoping he's going to do an unboxing for that one. But that's everything that's in the Tomb Kings box. So let's move on now and let's talk about the next army that's coming, which is Orcs and Goblin tribes, and also have a chat about the launch party at Warhammer World, which I went to yesterday. So as the doors opened at Warhammer World yesterday, there was an article went up on the Warhammer community website announcing that Orcs and Goblins were the next army for Warhammer the Old World. Not Dwarves like everybody thought it might be, because we saw the leak of those dice, but Orcs and Gobbos are back, and they're coming back with a brand new battalion box. This is going to have 73 miniatures in it, 31 boys with a champion, musician and a standard bearer. There's also going to be 40 goblins with command upgrades as well, and 2 orc bow chariots. Now there's no rulebook in this, no reference sheets, whippy sticks or dice. It is purely just miniatures, and I think they probably will do this going forward. But they are getting an arcane journal just like the Bretonnians and the Tomb Kings have had. So this is going to have new lore, iconography and maps in, as well as rules for 2 new special characters. There's also going to be dice and cards as well. Now presumably the 2 characters in the book are these ones. So there's a Black Orc big boss coming, and if you look at that one there, you can see he's got a Bretonnian horse skull on his banner pole there, so he's obviously won some sort of fight. And then Ogdra's Swamp Digger, the troll caller, so an orc shaman as well. Presumably these 2 characters will be the ones in the book, and they'll probably be resin as well. Now also there's going to be an absolute massive load of plastics coming back for the Orcs and Goblins. So as you can see on the image there, it says in the bottom right that it's returning in plastic. We've got the orc bosses, Orc boys, we've got the Orc boys and Arrow boys mob. We've also got the bow boys coming back as well. There's also the bow chariots coming back in plastic. They were in the cabinet at Warhammer World yesterday and looked absolutely fantastic. The Black Orc boys are coming back as well. And not only that, there's going to be the Goblin mob, the Night Goblin mob, and also Goblin Wolf Riders in plastic. And then also returning in resin, we've got the Orc Command and Night Goblin Command. They're going to be coming back in resin, as well as some other kits as well, one of which is the massive Troll Hag. So the old Forge World Troll Hag, that's coming back. Also there's going to be the War Boss on the War Wyvern, that's coming back in resin. Again, you can see in the bottom right hand corner of the screen that returning in resin. I like how they're labelling all these ones. And then coming back in metal, we've got the Rock Lobber, which is absolutely brilliant, with goblin bosses, the shamans and the nasty skulkers. So that's awesome, I love the Rock Lobber. Also there's trolls returning in metal as well, and they've also done an absolutely massive list of stuff that's coming back in metal. So goblin bosses, goblin wolf rider bosses, the bolt thrower, the doom diver catapult, which is one of my favourites, goblin wolf chariot, we've got orc shamans coming back, we've got orc big guns commands, we've got snotling swarms, snotling pump wagons, we've also got common trolls and classic ogres as well. And not only that, made to order coming back, there's going to be a load of stuff for the Orcs and Goblins, one of which is the Marauder Giant. So we're going back to like 1992, 1993. I think it was Ali Morrison designed that, I think, if I remember rightly. Absolutely brilliant. And there's also an Orc Shaman on a War Wyvern coming back, Stone Trolls, River Trolls, and I think it's a Black Orc boss with an axe and shield. So there's loads of stuff coming back for Orcs and Goblins, and if they're going to be giving every other army this kind of treatment, then we're on for an absolute winner, really, if you ask me, with the Old World. So tons and tons of things coming back. So if they do this for the Dwarfs and the High Elves, let's say, it's going to be absolutely amazing. I think Dwarfs will be next, because we need a good faction, if you like, on the good side, because we've had 2 evil factions now with the Orcs and Gobbos and the Tomb Kings. So that's really cool that we're getting all this stuff back. Obviously, it's not all going to come at once. It's going to be drip fed. But the battalion box is the first thing that's coming, and presumably they will do that battalion box going forward for all the rest of the armies. That would be my guess anyway. So hopefully we're going to be seeing a dwarf battalion box at some point in the future. So, you know, it could be that every single army gets a battalion box with a few new miniatures thrown in each box, and they get an arcane journal and the cards and the dice. So that was everything really that was announced yesterday for the Orcs and Goblins. Now I just want to talk a little bit about the open day at Warhammer World for the launch of the actual game itself. So I went down to Nottingham yesterday, got there for about 9:30 in the morning. It opened at 10 o'clock, and the queue was starting to snake around the car park and under the bridge. And I think we were queuing until about 10:20, so it wasn't too bad. But I think if you'd have got there any later than 9:45, you were going to be queuing for quite a while. And it was cold in Nottingham yesterday as well. So I did see some criticism about that. But I mean, the only other option was to ticket the event, and I'm sure people would complain about that. The queue was fine, there was some good camaraderie in the queue, everyone was having a laugh, everyone was quite excited. And then once we got in, it was absolutely fine, there was plenty of stock, or at least to begin with anyway, but they were refreshing the stock throughout the day, so as the shelves were emptying, I was seeing more boxes coming back, so that was good. At one point early on in the morning, the queue was snaking all the way into Bugman's for the shop, so that was quite alarming, but luckily I'd already pre-ordered my stuff. So we headed in, put our name down for a demo game for the Old World, which was no issue whatsoever, there was plenty of spaces. And then we headed into Bugman's, got a coffee, and then went through to the back, did the base exchange, and then sat down and did the take and paint, and painted one of the new Bretonnian knights on foot. So that was good fun. It was nice that they were offering that, and overall it was quite a fun day. I enjoyed my demo game of the Old World. I was the Tomb Kings and I got beaten by the Bretonnians, but I did manage to take out over half the knights as well with my skeletons, so that weren't bad. There was also a little jousting game being run by Nick Baton as well, but I didn't get a chance to try that one out. So if you did go and you did try that, let me know in the comments what you thought of that one, because it did look lots of fun. The shop was busy, but there was stock on the shelves, so overall we had a pretty good day. It was about what I expected. No real complaints, but anyway, I just thought I'd offer that feedback on the launch day for the Old World down at Nottingham. It was quite good fun. So anyway, that's it for today. What do you think about the Tomb Kings unboxing, obviously at the start of this video, and also what do you think the next army is going to be following Orcs and Goblins? Let me know in the comments what you think of the Orcs and Goblins as well, about all the stuff that's coming back, because there's absolutely loads coming for them. Hopefully other armies get those options as well, so let me know what army you think are coming after Orcs and Gobbos. If you enjoyed this video, remember to give it a thumbs up, let me know you've enjoyed it, and if you didn't enjoy it, just leave me a comment, let me know why. And all that's left to say is thank you very much for watching. As always, I really appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.